Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. If you are new, before we get started, I would love for you to head down below and subscribe to my channel if you like cleaning motivation content. Today's video, nope. Today's video is a little different than normal. Usually, I can't do that. Take 3 and hopefully this works. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Before we get started, if you like cleaning motivation content, I would love for you to head down below and subscribe if you're not already. Today's video is a little bit different. Today is going to be a cook with me. I am getting ready for Thanksgiving, and I wanted to show you guys what I would do when I cook Thanksgiving for my family. I don't normally cook a full Thanksgiving dinner for my family. We usually do Thanksgiving at my in-laws' house with my husband's family. But doing the collaboration with all of these wonderful ladies, I love to cook, and I figured that I would share with all of you how to do a Thanksgiving for a small family. So I have a family of 4. It's me, my husband, and I have 2 kids, a almost 6-year-old and an almost 3-year-old. So there's just the 4 of us. So I'm gonna show you all of my recipes and how I do Thanksgiving with my family. So I just wanted to pop in here and say that I am so excited to be doing this collaboration with all of these amazing ladies that I have met over here on YouTube. They all have such great content. If you like my content, you'll love theirs. There's lots of cleaning motivation, lifestyle, motherhood, homemaking, you name it, our group has it. These ladies are absolutely amazing. I could not be more happy or blessed to have found this bunch of ladies. They've all become friends, and honestly, some of them like family. So I'm gonna have all of their links down in the description box below. So after you watch my video, go over to all of theirs and go check them all out. I love every single one of them. And this collaboration is so much fun. I'm having a blast showing you all of my recipes, and I'm so excited to see what these ladies come up with for their videos. I can't wait to watch them. So don't forget to go check them out. Their links are down in my description box, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. So this is the turkey that I got. It was not my first choice. I do the Walmart pickup, and they had to substitute what I actually ordered. So I ordered a, Cena, sorry, my dog's whining to go outside in the background. I ordered a fresh turkey breast to roast, but they didn't have any left, so this got substituted. And there's my son, and welcome to my life. This is real life. Anyway, this is what they substituted. So this is huge. It's actually, hold on, Bubs. It's the breast with, let me read what it says. Turkey breast with ribs, portion of back, wing meat, and neck skin. So it's a lot more than just the breast, which is what I wanted. This is slow cooker friendly, so you can do it in the slow cooker. I am choosing to put it in the oven, which, that's my son screaming, but that little jingle is my oven telling me that it's up to temperature. So it's gonna be 350, and you're gonna just follow, they have a little chart back here on the bottom as to how to cook it, how many pounds, I mean, how many hours. He's overtired. He did not nap today, and it's already 2:30, so it's gonna be a long night. But this chicken is almost 9 pounds. It's 8.92 pounds, which is way bigger than what I wanted. This is going to last my family and I a very long time. because we're only 4 people, but that's okay. Once I cook it, I'm going to freeze I'm going to freeze it in portions, the leftovers. So anyway, I'm going to cut this open. I don't have a roasting rack because I don't really roast turkey or chicken or anything really. And I didn't want to use tin foil because I know that it's like not really good for you to do that. So I cut up some onions and some carrots and I put them on the bottom, and that's what I'm going to rest this turkey breast on. So I'm going to cut this open, put it on my pan, and I'm going to put it in my oven, and I'm going to do this first because this is going to take the longest. Per the chart and the weight of my turkey breast here, it's going to take 3.5 hours to cook. So I'm going to get this open and get it right in the oven. And the package does say that if the skin is browned before the inside is cooked through, which you temp it with a thermometer, then to just loosely cover it with tin foil. So I'll be checking it when we get probably to the 2.5 hour mark, just to see where we're at with like the skin and stuff, and see if it's getting too brown and I do need to cover it. But I'm gonna go ahead, cut this open, and get it in the oven. Now that I got all that mess cleaned up, that was exactly what I did not want to happen, but real life, that's what happened. So in this bowl right here, I just mixed up some seasonings because why not? I did about a teaspoon of garlic salt, about a tablespoon of onion powder, half a tablespoon of garlic powder, tablespoon of paprika, and about 2 teaspoons of oregano, and about a teaspoon or so of black pepper. So you can kind of do what you want with this to your taste, however you like it, add whatever seasonings you want, but I'm just going to sprinkle this over the top of the turkey breast just to give it a little bit of extra flavor. Now that I got the turkey in the oven and the seasoning on it, I'm going to start with condensed cream of mushroom soup for the green bean casserole. I do make this myself. I prefer to do it this way because you can control the amount of salt in it, and you can also kind of like alter the flavors to the way that you want it and you prefer it. So I have 1.5 cups of vegetable broth, which this I make myself as well. If you're interested in that recipe, let me know and I will get that for you. I have 2/3 of a cup of milk, 1/3 of a cup of flour. I have 4 ounces of mushrooms right here that I'm going to chop up into smaller pieces, and then just salt and pepper to taste, or you can add whatever you want as well. So I'm going to add my vegetable broth over here. I have a medium saucepan on the stove. I'm going to turn the flame on to about a medium-high heat. I don't want it to go too fast. And I'm going to pour my vegetable broth in my pan, my pot, it's a pot. And I'm gonna let that come to a boil, and while it does, I'm going to chop up my mushrooms. I don't think I mentioned how much mushrooms, but it's going to be a half of a cup, which is about 4 ounces. So that's what I took from the container, was about half of that, because they gave me 8 ounces. And you want to chop them up. Doesn't have to be perfect, you just want them all about the same size. You don't want any big pieces. And my broth is just about boiling, but before we do anything else, we are going to add our flour into a bowl. And we're going to whisk in our milk, and we're gonna make sure it's nice and smooth. Okay, now that our broth is boiling over here, we're going to turn the heat off. Make sure your milk and flour mixture is nice and mixed, no lumps. And very carefully, you're going to whisk your milk mixture into your vegetable broth. Once it's all nice and whisked in, you're going to turn your heat back on to about a medium. You're going to bring it back to a boil. I like to whisk as I do this because it makes sure that you're not getting any lumps. Once it's boiling like you see it is now, we're going to turn it all the way to low. I like to give it a couple more mixes, make sure there's no lumps. Now we're going to add our mushrooms. And then you're going to add your salt and pepper. Now we're just going to let this simmer for about 10 minutes, and that's it. Okay, so our condensed cream of mushroom soup is done. I did take it off of the stove. So you're just gonna wanna let it simmer for about 10 minutes, like I said, and then you just kinda wanna stir it a little bit because it will form a little like skin across the top. So you kinda just wanna stir it and then give it a little bit of a taste and make sure your seasonings are good. I tasted mine, it's absolutely delicious. I love making it myself, I prefer it. There's just so much more flavor. So we're gonna make the green bean casserole. I'm not gonna put it in the oven yet, but I wanna get everything prepped. That way, the last half an hour or so that the turkey is in the oven, I can pop this in there and then worry about everything else while this is cooking, and I don't have to make everything all at once. So I wanna get this prepped. I am also making mashed sweet potatoes 2 ways. One is gonna taste like pumpkin pie, and one is a savory kind. I'm also making mashed cauliflower instead of mashed regular potatoes. My daughter loves mashed cauliflower, and it is a little healthier for you, but she devours it every time I make it. So I'm gonna make that, and then we're just gonna do stuffing, cranberry sauce, and gravy, because I didn't tell you the menu before, but this is what we're gonna be making. So for the green bean casserole, our cream of mushroom soup, you're going to need a can's worth, which is about 10.5 ounces. So I used my measuring cup, and mine has ounces listed on the one side of it. I didn't get exactly 10.5, it's more like 11, but that's okay. And the extra cream of mushroom soup, because there is more, we made more than what we need, I just put in a mason jar. Let it cool down before you put the top on. So I have my extra cream of mushroom soup right here, and I'm just gonna let it cool down on my counter. I prefer frozen green beans for this recipe. So I have 1 bag of frozen green beans here. You're going to need Worcestershire sauce. I never remember how much. I kind of do it to taste. We're going to need 1 cup of milk. I'm gonna use the same measuring cup that I have my mushroom soup in, which is why I have my big gallon right here. And then your French fried onions. One thing I forgot to mention was the black pepper, and I just realized you can't see anything I'm doing because I didn't put the camera down. Oops. So with the onions, we're going to add about half of this bag here, and then the rest of it, we're gonna top the casserole. So this is what it looks like right now. I'm not going to add the other half of my onions yet, just because I'm not putting this in the oven for another probably 2.5 hours or so, and I don't want them to get all soggy sitting on the top. So I'm going to wait until the very last minute before I put this in the oven to add the onions. So it is a little after 4 o'clock. I put the turkey in about 2:30, even though I did take it out to put some seasonings on top. So it's been in there about an hour and a half or so. I'm going to take it out, not really take it out, but I'm going to pull the rack out and I'm going to baste it. The packaging didn't say anything about basting, but I remember as a kid when my mom, she would always pull the rack out and baste it every now and again while she cooked it. So I don't know, why not? All right, so it's about 5 o'clock. The turkey has been in the oven since 2:30, so it's been about 2.5 hours. I'm going to cut up the cauliflower for my mashed cauliflower. I'm going to peel and dice my sweet potatoes for my sweet potato mash 2 ways. I'm going to put it in the same bowl because I'm going to boil them in the same pot. So it's time to put our green bean casserole in the oven. So you want to put it in at 350, which is amazing because that's what our turkey breast is cooking at. So you want to put this in the oven uncovered for about 30 minutes. And then after 30 minutes, you're going to top with the rest of your French fried onions and cook for another 5 minutes. And then this will be all set. So I still have my cauliflower and my sweet potatoes over here. It's going to take a minute for them to boil because there's a lot of water and you want them to be fork tender. So when you stick a fork in them, you want it to go right through and not get stuck. So we're gonna cook these until they're fork tender and then we'll continue that recipe when this is ready. But I'm going to go ahead and put my green bean casserole in the oven with the turkey. The turkey smells absolutely amazing, by the way. So the cauliflower and the sweet potatoes are fork tender. So I'm going to separate these into 3 separate bowls actually, one for cauliflower, and then the sweet potatoes are gonna go into 2 separate bowls. So I got the cauliflower and the potatoes separated into 2 separate bowls, cauliflower and then sweet potatoes. I'm going to separate the sweet potatoes into 2 separate bowls on their own to do the sweet and then the savory. If you don't want to cook your cauliflower and your sweet potatoes together in the same pot, by all means don't do it. I just don't mind separating them because why dirty another pot? And I also don't have 2 big pots to boil 2 separate things at the same time. So I just boil them together. If you want to do it separate or just one or the other, that's totally fine, however you want to do it. But I'm going to go ahead and separate the sweet potatoes into 2 separate bowls, and then I'm going to make the mashed cauliflower and then my mashed sweet potatoes 2 ways.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way.
So it's just about time to get our stuffing going. I'm gonna get this on the stove. So I'm just gonna follow the directions on the box.
What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one.
So I separated my sweet potatoes into 2 separate bowls here. I'm going to make them the 2 separate ways that I said, one sweet and one savory. In the sweet bowl, I'm going to put brown sugar, pumpkin pie spice, and a little extra cinnamon because we all like it that way, and butter. In the savory, garlic salt, a little bit of garlic powder, butter, sour cream, and Monterey Jack cheese. So you kind of do this to taste. It depends on how many sweet potatoes you have per bowl and how you like it, honestly. So for the sweet, I'm going to do probably 2 to 3 tablespoons, maybe 1/3 of a cup of brown sugar, about a teaspoon or so of pumpkin pie spice, and about 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. And in the savory, I'm going to do about a teaspoon or 2 of butter, probably about 1/4 of a cup of sour cream, a teaspoon of garlic salt, a teaspoon of garlic powder, and about 1/4 of a cup of the Monterey Jack cheese.
Day or two ago, I thought I'd take a ride, and soon Miss Fanny Bright was seated by my side. The horse was lean and lank, misfortune seemed his lot. We ran into a drifted bank, and there we got upside. Jingle bells, jingle.
So I'm the only one that eats the sweet potatoes this way. Nobody in my family really likes sweet potatoes, but they'll eat them when they taste like pumpkin pie. So there's a million different ways you can make them savory. One of the ways is Swiss cheese. I also like to make it with pepper jack. It's super delicious. And I also like to chop up and saute some spinach before I mix it in with the sweet potatoes. It just gives it a little something extra, some extra vegetables, and it's so delicious. Give these a try. I absolutely love them. If you like sweet potatoes, you will love this recipe. So aside from my son screaming in the background right now because he is overtired and did not nap today, all I have to do is make the gravy, which I'm gonna use the packet that came with the turkey. And all it says to do is pour it into a small saucepan and stir it consistently pretty much until it comes to a boil. And for best flavor, add 1/4 of a cup of your turkey drippings. So I think I'm going to do that. And then I just have to open my cranberry sauce, cut this into little slivers or slices, and I think our Thanksgiving dinner will be all set. I think I need my other bigger knife for this, my big chef's knife. But for my very first turkey, I think I did a pretty good job. I'm gonna go ahead and get this carved up just enough for my family. And then I'm going to set up all of our sides to go with it, show you the spread that we have, and we're gonna sit down and enjoy this delicious Thanksgiving turkey dinner. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you get at least one recipe out of it. If you make any of the dishes that I have made today the way that I made them with my recipes, tag me on Instagram. My handle will be listed, actually it'll be on the screen below. It's listed down in the description box, and it is also, it's I will say it right here. It is at Mrs. Traci Marie. Please tag me on Instagram. I would love to know if you tried any of my recipes, or comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked any of my recipes. And don't forget to check out my amazing friends that I have collaborated with for this amazing Thanksgiving collaboration. I love all of their content. I watch them every single day. So please go check them out after you are done with my video. And I really hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.